What's going on, guys? It's your boy, the Real AST, and I'm bringing you episode 6 of my Minecraft survival guide here on the Xbox 360. Now, we're chilling down here, we're in this cavern, and what have we found? A mob spawner. That's right. What we're going to do with this mob spawner is we're going to actually create an XP farm. I got my boy Craig. Craig, what's up? And what we're going to do is take this mob spawner, turn it into a mob trap, and create an XP farm out of it. Now, XP, as you know, it's required in the game to do certain things such as use the enchantment table, which we spoke of in episode 5. So, as promised, I'm going to give you the most efficient way possible to trap and utilize mobs to create XP points, generate more XP for yourself quicker, so you can get these enchantments that you so desperately want while playing and surviving in your Minecraft world. Now, what we're going to do is, we have a mob spawner. We've went ahead and we've basically disabled it by putting lights all the way around it. You need 7 lumens per block to keep mobs from spawning out of a mob spawner. And it looks like we've got that covered. Now what we're going to do is, once we have the mob spawner disabled, we're going to run around the outside of it and we're going to check and clear everything around it. We're going to try to make sure that we light up any caves that are around, above, below the mob spawner itself. After we do that, then we're going to go ahead and clear out an area where we think we may want the mobs to spawn. Now, I think that I want them to spawn right on the other side, but I keep hearing these bad guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and clear out any bad guys and get everything set up. And I'm also going to take you into a tutorial world where I can demonstrate and show you exactly what you need to do to make this mob spawner happen. Alright, so without further ado, let's go. Okay, so we basically got everything cleared out. We've got everything lit up, and we've got the area around the mob spawner clear of mobs. Let's go ahead and take a look. We have an elevator, and then we have the room itself cleared out in a 9x9 pattern. We have cornerstones put in, water placed in. This is the elevator shaft they are going to take up out of the tunnel. We're going to take them up 23 blocks for a drop, so you have to calculate where they're going into the elevator, how many levels you have to take them up to get them to drop the 23 blocks, which they will drop, and they will come out on the other side right up there. They're going to drop down right in front of the mob trap. So let me take you into the tutorial world now and show you how we did it. Okay, we're in the tutorial world now, so we're going to run over here and take a look. This is a mock of our mob spawner. Let's get these pigs out of here. And patch this hole up. Let's actually patch it up with this. Now what we've done is we have a 9x9 room. We have our mob spawner set up there. And if you notice, I have the red blocks here. The red blocks are demonstrating blocks that are going to be removed, and I'm going to show you why. Once we put our cornerstones in the bottom of our 9x9 cutout room, we're going to place water on top of them. You're going to notice the water flows towards the middle of the room, but it stops 8 blocks away from the corner. Well, what we'll do now is we'll actually cut out the blocks right on the edge of the water's path. Now this is going to create a drop, so the water will then travel another 8 blocks from that drop. So once we cut all this out, we're going to cut open a tunnel or a path. It's going to be in the center of the room, the direction that we want the mobs to travel. So what will happen is they'll spawn, they'll drop down, they'll travel down this tunnel. Now, let me go ahead and get out of here, and I will show you where they're going to travel to. They're going to travel to this elevator. Now this elevator is going to take them up the required amount of levels that you're going to need, and you can calculate that based off whatever level your mob trap starts on, the ground level. And it's going to take them up, and it's going to take them so it drops them 23 blocks down to whatever source you want them to land on. I want them to land right here, so the tunnel is going to go across, and it's going to drop them down a shaft right there on top of that block. Now elevators are simple. They work like this. As long as they have the same configuration of a 1 block hole in the middle, you can place a simple sign and place water 2 blocks on top, another sign, water 2 blocks on top, and you can do this however many layers you need to go to take your mobs up as high as you want them to go. What happens is your mobs travel in, and as they jump, they get pushed up to the top of this elevator, and therefore they pretty much telling them where they need to go. So if I put a mob in here, they spawn, they get pushed into the middle, they're jumping, they hit the elevator, they get pushed all the way up the elevator, and then once they reach the top, they get pushed across, and once they hit the end of the route, they just drop down the water shaft, boom, and then you hit them one time, they die, and you're good to go. Now water is pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. A source block will travel 8 blocks unless you put something to stop it. This one we have traveling 4 blocks, and we have a sign stopping it. If we take the sign away, the water will continue to flow whatever path it wants. If we put the sign back, the water will stop. If you want water to go further than 8 blocks, you have 2 ways of doing it. You can put in a drop and place more water in, or you can simply move the water 7 blocks and then put in a drop, and the water will continue to flow another 8 blocks. If you put in another drop at the 8th block, it will flow another 8 blocks. You can change direction with your water and make it go wherever you want it to go. If I wanted it to cut back to the other direction, all I would simply do is put a block in and open up where I want the water to go. If the water stops after 8 blocks, it stops. If I want it to go further, I simply put in another level, and I can make it go as far as I want it to go. I can make one source block of water travel as far as I want that water to go. Alright, with that said, you can see basically from over here the simple outline of what the mob trap is going to look like, how the flow is set up. The mobs will spawn inside. The only thing that I have missing is the roof and this wall. This will be a sealed box. When you're all done, this will be a cutout. The only way in or out would be through the shaft, or if you cut a hole in the side of your wall, that would allow you to get out or get in as well. So let's go ahead and go back to our mob spawn, and I'll show you what we have with the complete product. Okay guys, we're here in my XP farm. I've got everything set up. Lights are out inside. I've got my spawns on stop. I've got it turned off. There's a little block down there that's on a piston that slides out to stop my mob spawner. So let me go over here and turn it on. Like I said, you can be as creative as you want with it. As soon as my mobs spawn in through that little block and start going up the elevator, the farming begins. They're going to travel all the way up. It's to layer 50, I believe it's layer 58. And then once they come across, they're going to drop down right here to layer 35. That 23 block drop is going to leave them where I'm going to hit them twice and they're going to die. Sometimes they fall because they drowned a little bit while they're, if you have it on stop. If I have it turned off for a little bit, sometimes they'll pile up and they'll actually drown because they can't get up fast enough. Once you get it going though, they'll stop drowning, and therefore they will come over here and land, and they'll take just enough damage that you can smack them once or twice and collect the XP, collect the arrows, collect the bones. If you go anything less than 23, you'll generally have to hit them a little bit more, or you'll have to use a weapon to be efficient. I'll lose like 1 out of every 5, maybe 7 skeletons. Zombies don't necessarily give me too much trouble. The skeletons, for whatever reason, I tend to get a higher death rate off of them when they're coming through a mob trap. If you keep your water though at 2 blocks on your elevator, you'll eliminate a lot of problems with drowning. And like I said, be as creative as you want. It's the same principles that I've given you. You can mix them up, design it however you want. Make something that you're going to be proud of, something you're going to like showing off to your friends, but something that's going to be efficient and actually get the job done that you want. What we're here for is to farm XP. So I like to get creative. I put everything in. I always put an enchantment booth somewhere near one of my XP farms so I can take items that need enchantment. I can enchant those items, And then I have items over here that I store for repairs when they actually introduce the anvil. When they do that, we'll make sure to bring you an episode on how to use the anvil. But that will be on a future update, so it's going to be a future episode. This is everything I got for you on making an easy, efficient XP farm. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any tips or tricks or comments that you want to share with me, please feel free to leave them down below. I'm going to rack up some more XP so I can enchant some weapons for my friends when they come in later. So if you want to see more, subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, if it helped you out. It's your boy. It's been real. Peace.